Alright, welcome back to the League Race. This time we are back with TTML for a new season. A shortened season, but a new season nevertheless. We are here. First round is taking place at the Silverstone circuit for the British Grand Prix. I'm in a Red Bull, and you can see the race is wet. Yeah, not a great way to start. We were both, myself and my teammate, were both looking forward to this. And yeah, sadly, this really screws a lot of things up. So, anyways, I don't have too much to say heading in. I had a choice of Red Bull. I took it. I was actually thinking maybe a Williams might be good, but I think Langfell and I can't remember who his teammate is. Atlas Scopo. It was Langfell had to pick enemies ahead of me, so he got the Williams just before I was thinking about it. So Williams and Red Bull were my kind of one and two. I'm still not sure what order they would have been in, but I was actually secretly looking forward to maybe the idea of maybe driving Williams. But Red Bull's a great choice nevertheless. So here's a setup then for the race. Trying to, again, just really a lot didn't really change really from going from wet to dry. A lot of the stuff you'd see here is what you'd see in the wet too. Again, the only thing I really changed was again just knocking out the tire pressures and the the ride height basically. But everything else really is about where you'd want it to be. So that's really all there is to it. I'm not going to show anything from qualifying. There's no point. I spun out on my last run, but yeah, 24.6 is what I did. I think my best time was like a 24.4, I think. So, not too bad. Seventh place in the end in that. So I think what you have to remember is that this is a lot of people's favorite track. Myself not included, but for some people this is their best track. So worth pointing that out. Anyways, here's the wet. I actually forgot to put the wing up from 2 to 3 or so. I actually noticed this during this first stint. It's kind of things moved a little bit quickly here. So yeah, see how we get on. You see my helmet in the sec. I chose a bit of a different kind of helmet, but I thought maybe one that still works with this car nevertheless. So some shades of Daniel Ricciardo's 2018 helmet, I think here. So yeah, you'll kind of see in the sec with a bit of a yellow mixed in as well. So anyways, here we go. There it is. I think that's very nice. 5 red lights. And away we go. So get a decent start in the wet. You're going to get a move alongside Jane. Loss of back end there. Big time. Car snapped at me very quickly. Put Stevie G right beside me. Going to be on the racing line heading down towards first braking zone. Stevie G's got ahead there. I'm going to try. You see Simply Superman on the inside there as well. I'm going to try and hold the inside. A little bit of contact there, I think, with Stevie G, but nothing too bad. You see Simply Superman on my right hand side there. Just can't call him Superman. No point in saying Simply Superman. I managed to hold that off, and then Tom then is the next car behind, and heading into Luffield then. I get a big contact from behind. I got hit from behind from Tom, and that put me a little bit wide, and he got through there. So I wasn't very happy with that at the time. Looking back at it, the contact was very marginal, but in this moment, I was still really not happy because, I've had a few issues with Tom on track of late in terms of his race craftsmanship, and that was just in that moment that was just really annoying in that time. Trying to fight, I'm honestly fighting the car a lot at various points of this race. I am trying to push as hard as I can. Anyways, Simply Superman's going to be on the outside here, and he's just going to be a bit later on the brakes, and he's going to get that move done. So that's him up into ninth place. But this is kind of to be expected, in the wet conditions. This is what was likely going to happen. I see Langfell trying to get in the action as well. I had Langfell covered at every avenue, so Langfell, I wasn't sure at this phase I'd have him covered, but eventually I would end up having him covered, and I would end up pulling out a gap on Langfell, so to minimise that threat from behind. But lap 10. See, he's over 2.5 seconds back, and I was behind these two, CVG and Superman, for a lot of this first stint. Again, back end, really wanted to get away there, but it was really fun. I was just sitting patiently behind these guys, just running my race, pushing as hard as I could. ERS is not a problem here at all once you get going, really in the wet. But I was just really excited. I was just enjoying being behind those guys as they were jostling for position. Anyways, coming into the pits lap 13. I debated whether I'd stay out longer, wait for a safety car possibly, but yeah, decided to come in. Stevie G came in a few laps beforehand, and I think Simply Superman came in a lap before. So anyways, here we go. Intermediates, of course, for the whole race. So out we come. Langfell stayed out, so we're going to get a chance to get an undercut on Langfell as well, which is nice. See, Tom is over 3 seconds, 4 seconds ahead. There is simply Superman, and CVG about 2 seconds in front of him. So over the course of the next few laps, we would both, again, no DRS, so it's just genuine pace. Myself and Superman, we both ended up pulling the gap on CVG, who had a 3-second penalty, in front there. So again, that's where we're at. Nothing really happened again until later on in the race, lap 18, again, simply Superman and Stevie G having to go at it. Again, we've caught up. I'm right there. Langfell at this stage has pitted. He was like 5 or so seconds behind, but on his fresher intermediates and clean air, he was able to really kind of dig in. But he's 6 seconds worth of pen, so I'm not too concerned about it. So this is where finally Superman goes for the move on Stevie G. So I'm here ready to pick up the pieces should anything spicy kick off. So here we go. Nice and easy out of the loop and then onto the Wellington straight. Just waiting to see if anything will kick off, and then Superman gets the move done on Stevie G, and that then will bring us, well, nowhere. We're still in P11. So at this phase, yeah, it's like, look, top 10 results. You know, I wasn't really too much thinking about my results at this stage. I was just trying to get to the end. Honestly, it was just about survival. Honestly, it was in these conditions. Lap 20, though, a safety car comes in. This is a big win for me because I've no idea what the penalty situation is for the guys in front. So in my mind, having everyone close up the gaps can only help me. So I was quite happy at this turn of events because, I didn't know what the penalty situation was in front. So who knows what kind of penalties we have here late on. So that was my mindset thinking into it. Obviously, I'm not going to pit into the onto any other tire because obviously it leaves so much track position. I think it was Kiki did. He had damage. He was damage he sustained on the safety car. So, anyways, here we go then. My tires are super cold. Honestly, they were really cold. I had a really poor safety car restart. Really, really poor. So basically, I'm basically 2 seconds behind Superman already after the restart. He got a 5-second penalty for, I assume, safety car shenanigans. So, it's kind of where we were with that. I actually got a little defensive here on Langfell because I knew he was very close there, and I had a really bad restart. Like, I'm already a second behind CVG already. So, tires, I just had really tough time getting them up to temperature under the safety car. So, that's where we are early on. But eventually I would get these up to temperature. I would be able to hold off the challenge of Langfell and Sean. Everyone's got all the ERS and rich fuel they need to hang off, and I did eventually hold off Langfell, and we did end up getting back towards Stevie G in the end here. So here we go. Lap 26, a very uneventful race, but I kind of enjoyed it in some parts. Even if the end result is not going to be spectacular, it's going to be P8 at the end of the day because Simperan got his penalty removed. So it's going to be P8, which, after a rain-affected session, that's okay. We can accept that. It's not ideal, but it's not awful. So I can live with that. So ultimately, yeah, we'll see how we get on for the rest of the season. I thought perhaps maybe a top 5 result could have been on the cards in normal circumstances, but oh well, these is how these things go.
We had into till lap.
Yeah. Oh well. Next up though on the calendar is Japan, so yeah, should be interesting as always.
And then
until next time.
Everybody start again.